As you already mentioned, now we will have a little different perspective. So it will be more from the pedagogical point of view. And I will say that the experience gained here is also part of the Ingenious project, which is also an Erasmus II project, Erasmus K2 project. So first of all, I would like to introduce the partnership of the Ingenious project, through which we are developing also learning content to support VET teachers and trainers. So people who are training the people who will be a part of the industry. So we want to strengthen the digital pedagogical skills, and the lead partner is University of Ioannina. With us are also the partners from Latvia, the Transport of Telecommunication Institute, Sistemi Formativi from Italy, Cleantech from Bulgaria, Diavalcanico from Greece, and the CRIP from Bulgaria also. And naturally, the Styrian Technology Park, which you already mentioned when you were announcing me. Thank you. Now, we were actually looking for the needs for digital competences, because we realized that now with the COVID crisis, so much of online content has been developed, and there was also urgent need to prepare the people who are teaching the future workers, the future leaders, the future transformations into digital society. And the teachers themselves oftentimes do not really know. Oh, sorry, there's a message. Okay. So most of these people often do not have these digital skills to be really teaching others. For instance, we know that the students usually have better digital skills than the teachers have. So it can happen very fast that you're trying to do something which you are very skillful and knowledgeable about, but do not have the tools to present it in a way that is demanded in this time. For instance, teachers are used to standing in a classroom, as you were explaining before. But today, with online teaching, online courses, especially during the pandemic, teachers were forced to start presenting through digital tools, through platforms like Zoom and similar. And we realized that many of them are not prepared or are not equipped how to do this. So through this project, we wanted to empower them to have this better access, to be better at providing content, and to teach their classes through digital tools. So this works on many different levels. Now, on one hand, we have experts. They know what they're talking about. They have been teaching this for a lot of time, but they have always done it in a classroom. So it's personal contact, it's direct questions, answers, it's presentation of materials they have developed over the year. They show it physically. They sometimes use digital tools like, I don't know, presentations, PowerPoints, videos. That's not a problem, but they do it in the physical room. Sometimes they have difficulties just simply logging on to online platforms and teach online how to incorporate these tools. Okay, we know how to use a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm sure that it happened to every one of us that maybe you stopped sharing a screen or something. And if you have a class of students who can be sometimes very critical, it is difficult to do this. So we are empowering teachers to really be confident in what they do. But not only that, there have been problems that everyone who is teaching has encountered, that if you are doing online teaching courses, students sometimes don't listen. I mean, we are all used to online conferences by now, and if it's not your turn to speak, you usually turn the camera off. That doesn't mean you are not listening, because we are all here because we are interested in these topics. With students, it is not always so. So we have to have this control of what they are doing, especially when it comes down to, let's say, assessing their knowledge that they have gained and so on. And all of this is what we have been discussing. Just yesterday, I returned from the project meeting where we have launched the platform, and it is now in the pilot testing phase. And through this platform, we are using Moodle. We will develop, or actually we have developed, but now we have to test it, this competences for the teachers. So we are not preparing teaching courses that you would, I don't know, learn how to report for environmental reports like, I don't know, BSTS and such things, but to teach the teacher how to prepare the classroom to do those reports. Therefore, we are teaching them how to present their courses differently. And one of the very important things that has popped up and will be extremely interesting also for different industries is, for instance, micro-learning. Because through micro-learning, the people who are getting the knowledge just get those specific points of knowledge. So maybe in the industry, you don't need the whole course, how to, I don't know, design something and then implement it and then produce it, but you just need to learn how to produce it on a machine, something that someone else already did. So you don't have to go through the full course. You don't need the entire knowledge all of the time. Of course, you would want to learn it, but at this specific point, you would just need someone to teach you how to use a specific machine. That's why we are trying these different approaches to incorporate them. And micro-learning seemed to be one of the best cases for the industry because it provides these smaller bits of knowledge, which can be extremely useful, and you can be very agile in preparing them to cope with the needs of the industry. Because what has happened, and as the technology park, we are constantly in the middle between these two poles. On one hand, let's say one pole is the industry and the other one is the educational system. The industry wants young people who join the industry to be skilled and to be able to come to work right away. The educational system usually wants to provide a broader knowledge because they are not training students to work in a specific company, but they are training students to do this job that they have to do wherever they will end up. So, for instance, in the wood industry, we have involved the high school for wood design and production. And they said that, yes, they know how to teach their classes. They know how to prepare their students to start working, but they're not focusing on, I don't know, a student who will start working in this specific company with this specific tools, because they're maybe using different tools within their workshops in the school, but they want to provide them knowledge how to get the job done. And then the companies, when they receive such students, see that they have a lot of theoretical knowledge, but cannot just put them into practice to work. And through micro-learning, this could also be very quickly retrained, reskilled. So it's one of the better aspects of this. And how we are doing this through Moodle platform, of course, we are providing some theoretical knowledge of the whole course. Again, as we are doing the trainers, we don't teach them how to get more knowledge about what they are already doing, but how to present that. So maybe we are teaching them how to use digital translation tools to go for green legislation, which is part of the model of manufacturing. Wait, maybe I can show you actually how we went through this. So we were talking through to different schools, different trainer providers, also some companies through the survey from which we prepared the national reports. And you can see that many people believe that they are already some kind of an expert in their field, and they do have some digital teaching competences. When we dig deeper, we realize that they are not afraid of using digital technology, and they do have the theoretical knowledge of the content of their own courses, but don't know how to apply some tools to teach it better digitally. And this is then what we did. So we developed this platform course. And you can see at first you have to self-assess yourself to see if you are an elementary or advanced user. Then later on, there are teaching courses. So you actually get the knowledge on how to teach the courses digitally. And then we go for more specific cases of different parts that are taught, that are presented through courses. For instance, in Italy, it turned out that the agricultural management was one of the things that they need more competence in. In Latvia, it was the supply chain and transport. In Slovenia, it was in manufacturing. Then, for instance, in Greece, it was also how to reduce the pollution and negative effects of climate change. And in Bulgaria, it was use of resources. That doesn't mean that the teachers providing this knowledge don't know these topics, but they don't know which tools to apply. Now, since we were developing the part of manufacturing, we, for instance, started presenting tools which are used in project management, in production management, tools like 4PM, which is a system of actually setting up production teams, getting the knowledge of the working processes, reporting, and so forth. Also, we provided some tools for warehouse management, for supply management, for bill of materials, and also in manufacturing, when you are trying then to broaden your production, you want to internationalize, you start exporting, you have to know of different areas, different countries, different laws, where you want to export. There are different demands there, and how to use digital tools to actually find out what they're saying. For instance, if you want to deal with China and you get a Chinese website, how to translate it, how accurate that translation is, how to assess this. Because once you understand what is there, okay, then you come to your own field and you know what you're doing as a teacher. Okay, they are doing this, they want this, but how to actually get in touch with the knowledge from that side, from that country. So we are providing this very practical tips on how to do this, or in some cases, some very specific new technologies. For instance, in agricultural development, how you can use digital tools to follow the agricultural production. You can use new technologies which haven't been implemented before. So it's a mixture of different needs from different countries and different approaches based on those national reports that we got through the surveys. Now, our digital platform, as I mentioned, we launched it this week, and it is now in the testing phase, and it will then be widely available through Moodle. And I hope that not only these 5 countries that are involved in the project will find it very useful, and we will keep developing it now through the testing phase based on the feedback of our stakeholders, which will go through it, and some of them already are so interested that they cannot wait to implement it in their learning processes. So I think it will be very successful. And as I said, our stakeholders, for instance, are also schools in wood and furniture industry. So that is why we see this opportunity today for this presentation, as we are connected to this, and I hope it will be useful also to other teachers and trainers who are trying to prepare people to actually join the industry right away. So I hope all of you will also find it useful. I will provide the links once the platform is fully operational to that Mila, and she can share it with you. Thank you. So this is our project team now as well. And I think we are off to a very good start. The platform should be fully operational by the beginning of next year. Thank you for your attention.